A rock hard morning to you all, and I'm only saying that because today we are watching a movie starring one of our American ninjas, and not Michael Dudikoff, the other one, the one that we all kind of forgot was in those movies, the shaky guy, yeah, David Bradley, in his policeman movie, Hard Justice. So let's see just how hard his justice is, because this is Redeye Reviews. We start with our hero in a helicopter on his way to bust up an illegal arms deal. So he airdrops himself through a skylight, lands in the middle of all the bad guys.
Miss me. Drop dead.
And then the helicopter is like, yeah, I think that went pretty damn great.
Falcon has dropped into the party. No shots fired. Helicopter returning to base.
Yeah, nobody shot him immediately, so he must have it under control. Peace out, fools. So it gets the hell out of Dodge, and surprise, surprise, all hell immediately breaks loose. A lot of explosions, a few grenades. At one point, David Bradley jumps on some luggage and rides it like he's a $2 plate at a conveyor belt sushi place. So some more grenades get tossed. I swear it's like they bought them at like a black market Costco. Because like at one point, this dude kicks a box of them. There's like 12 grenades in there. But as the baddies get away, this guy does that one thing in every movie at this time where they throw a lit Zippo lighter on a bunch of gas, which I don't know. Maybe this would work, but the Zippo I had was terrible. All it did was leak lighter fluid all over my hands. So we do not talk anymore. David gives the man chase next to a train, not on a train. That would be too exciting. Next to one. Like, it's barely moving. But there is one other person in this train yard.
Back off! We can work it out. Let her go. You let me go?
This weird moaning lady. I don't know if she like loves trains or bad guys or, both. Maybe this is her fantasy. But David tries to look cool and save her. But when he shoots the baddie, another grenade just like falls out like the man's just infested with explosives. And it blows the girl up. And I'll be honest, I did not see that one coming.
That girl that got killed, I think he blames himself.
Well, yeah, he should blame himself because he was definitely the reason she died. I don't think there's any questions there. But he goes out to the countryside. He runs into a lady who's just, I don't know why she's here. I don't know why she's hanging out here, but she's here. He tries every move in the goddamn book on her.
What's up?
You know that hush-hush job Manny went under on?
But she must have friend-zoned this dude a long time ago because, she is so unfazed by his advances. But he does return to the force because he learns one of his old partners was killed by some people when he was undercover in a prison. So David decides to drop everything and force his way into undercover. Once he gets to his cell, he meets his new roommate, Mr. Clean. I wish I came up with that joke, but that's what they call him in the movie. It's Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean gets a little bit too touchy and a little aggressive.
Is you the husband or is you the wife? Boy, you look good to me. Ooh, give me a kiss.
So it starts a fight. A bunch of punches, some kicks, whatever he's doing here. He kicks the back of his feet mid-flip, which, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't think it did anything. And then the whole thing quickly turns into a WWE match, slamming each other's heads on the bed. Where's the referee? Hit him with the chair. But they settle down after the fight. They have this moment, kind of like that one in Batman v Superman, where they have that one small thing in common and they stop fighting because of it.
Where'd you learn how to fight like that? The core. Simplify.
Yeah, so they're friends now. Even though he, tried to sexually assault David, I guess we're going to overlook that detail because he was in the core. And then the two of them, take on the whole prison. I don't know. They're trying to prove a point. They're fighting anybody and everybody who looks at them weird. This provokes the other people. They're confused. They start fighting each other. Some of these people are not into it. They're fake fighting. Look at these soft-ass punches in the background. So out in the yard, he meets a man named Squid.
What kind of a name is that?
You ever tried to hold on to one?
And Squid is the softest part of hard justice. Like, if I went to prison, which I don't plan on going to prison, but if I went to prison, I would be so low on the totem pole, but I'm pretty sure I would still be above this guy.
Bam! Squid's your man.
However, he learns of a guy named Galaxy 500, which is a phone. I think that's just a phone. But Galaxy 500 can get him anything he wants, and he wants information. So he meets with the guy.
I ain't got that kind of information in stock, brother.
And you see him, the guy, he has to be embarrassed, right? Because he still hasn't realized somebody drew on his face while he was sleeping. But Pinface 5000 does tell him that his old friend was killed by somebody on the outside when he discovered something about a secret shipment somewhere. Pretty vague shit. But he tells his girlfriend, well, he calls her his girlfriend, but she just calls him like a friend. But he tells her to go and gather information. She instead decides to go audition for a school play or something because this acting is so goddamn bad.
As long as there are prison bars, there are going to be spaces between them.
Come on, Webb, enlighten me.
Back in the prison, the guards mess up David's cell just to be a jerk. But notice, they didn't destroy the toilet. Why? Because they know the golden rule, never piss off a plumber, because they will mess your shit up, literally. But while in the prison, he sees a guy that he personally put away, like the dude who was holding the girl hostage, who's made of grenades. It's that guy, yeah. So David immediately becomes a squealer. He blows his own coverage, he runs to the warden crying,
I'm an agent with the ATF.
And if it wasn't obvious before, they throw it in your face now, because David gets dealt some hard justice in the shower. And the warden is behind it. Wow, we didn't see that coming. What a twist.
Well, he's alive, but he's in a coma. Couldn't have planned it any better.
Hold on. You stabbed him into a coma? I don't know how comas work. Is that how comas work? But whatever, he's in the infirmary. He sees Squid in there as well, and I just assume he was being his typical annoying self and got his ass beat.
Squid.
But Squid tells David how to escape the prison. And I've never understood that in a movie. If you know how to escape, why haven't you done it, right? Why, you're just holding this info in case a protagonist comes along and you just gonna tell him? Anyways, he pulls a die-hard Mission Impossible. He rides to the top of the elevator to the roof. He finds a rope up there, which will just suspend reality as to how that got there. Then he rappels off the roof into a box truck. He does a good job until a point where he just crawls into the middle of the street in the light. Yeah, it's not Metal Gear Solid, man. So he gets caught. He gets thrown back into the prison. That girl who's his friend goes to visit him again, but they don't let her see him. And on her way out, she's just apparently left alone to walk through the prison by herself. She slips into the nasty puddle that is Squid. He's being his usual self.
Slippery when wet. Nick says hello.
But those inmates who were in on that shipment of illegal guns and stuff, they see all this. So they roll up with a goddamn machine gun, which who knows how they snuck that into the joint. But, if Pulp Fiction's taught us anything, I have a pretty good idea. But they get rid of the Squid, and that's kind of a victory for us too. He sucked. We don't really care. So a tiny showdown happens where they tell all the inmates that Nick is a cop, and during their fight, Mr. Clean gets shot. Because these dudes are allowed to just carry guns around the prison at this point. I don't know why. They're bad guys, they have guns, and he seems fine anyways. His lust for Nick's hard justice is it's too strong to let him die yet. To try to cause more confusion, they release a bunch of the inmates, and they attempt to go to the basement. But along the way, Mr. Clean gets one shot killed by a guard with a nightstick. He was at 2 health points, and that's it. That's all they wrote. So Nick beats the floppy justice right out of this guy. He runs off to the basement. In the basement, he runs into some peeps. He runs into the warden. He runs into his own cop boss sergeant. Yeah, he was in on it. And that inmate. And they all have guns. There's so many guns in this prison. we learned that the sergeant would take the guns that they took off bad guys on the streets and just move them through the prison, refresh the guns, put them back on the streets. Good way to keep job security. And then here is the point in the movie that the whole thing turns into total chaos. So before we go further, I have a theory. They finished filming 90% of the movie, right? And then they realized, hey, we've only used 10% of our budget. And when Frank went to order those blank bullets, he fat-fingered the amount and added a couple zeros because we have a shit ton of bullets. So cut to the warden who has completely snapped.
I will have order!
I will have order! Oh my God. I really wanted to put this on a t-shirt, so bad. I was doing mock-up drawings and everything. And then I realized that maybe a shirt with an old white man dual-wielding machine guns and threatening the force of order might possibly be misinterpreted in our modern times. I didn't do it. This is not going to go on a shirt. But it doesn't stop this old man and Nick from using as much ammo as possible. It's just sad, everybody's confidence is dropping. The warden just decides to stand there. He's like, just fucking shoot me, bro. He's dead. And now the props team is handing out guns to everybody. Everybody in the prison's got a gun. Someone ordered a helicopter. We don't have a reason to use it. YOLO, SWAT team. Who ordered the SWAT? We don't know. Who cares? The SWAT's here. We cut back inside. Everybody's shooting everybody. Anybody else's eyes hurt after watching that? Physically hurt. So that bad guy, double-crossing hard as a rock, Justice Police Sergeant, kidnaps Nick's girl, not a friend, just a friend girl. Throws her in a helicopter. The bad guy inmates, they panic too. They're like, we gotta get these guns to the streets right now. Let's do some crime and shit. So they take off in a bus. And now we get a fight between David Bradley's stunt double and this old man's stunt double. The stakes could literally not be any lower. But Nick rips the old man out of the sky. He pancakes onto a squishy car. We're gonna assume he's dead. We can't be certain. But more importantly, the girl is flying the helicopter, which I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying it's convenient that in between her pretending to be a lawyer and hanging out in the middle of the desert hoping people will show up and talk to her, she went to pilot school. But now we have to go after the bus with the bad guys, right? We're done with the helicopter guy. He's dead. We're done with the warden. He just stood there, got shot. We're going after the bus with all the guns because, again, they're gonna go to the streets and sell those guns to bad guys. But David Bradley's stunt double jumps onto the top of the bus. And it actually looks pretty cool. I think this is cool. I don't know how fast the vehicle moved during this, but I like it. It's still fun. But yeah, he gets on the bus. A lot of guns shoot. A lot of bad guys get shot. The bus crashes. The girl lands the helicopter like she does that shit every day. And the final bad guy grabs her in a weird flashback to that very first scene of the movie. But this time, it does not go down the same way. She elbows the dude, and then Nick shoots the grenade, and it makes the guy pop like a goddamn water balloon. Okay, movie's over. That was a lot. If you want to guess at what point in the script the writers started huffing glue and snorting cocaine, it was right about here.
I will have order! I will have order!
Yeah, it was somewhere in there. But holy hell, that movie was insane. I don't know what else to say. So let's head on over to Redeye Reacts.
Back up! Come on!
What the hell's going on in here?
You know, for a movie titled Hard Justice, this guard certainly has a floppy nightstick.
No!
Your right hand looks like it's made of chocolate. I wonder what happened to it.
Damn alligator bit my hand off.
Oh my God!
that you're a cop.
Is that true, Nick?
Yeah, he's a cop. Dude, you're the last person who can complain. Do you not remember what you tried to do to him at the beginning of the movie? Look at this guy. Come on, man. You're in the center of the footage. Hit somebody. Okay, that was everything. My God. Go and watch this movie, dude. It's like Chuck Norris's beard and that tree trunk from Commando had a baby, and then, make that baby do a ton of cocaine and ask it about movies? That's what this is. I think it really has earned the right to be called hard justice, because what else would you call this masterpiece? If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave some comments. Thank you to my ever faithful Patreon supporters. Maybe? If you want to be one of my patrons, there's a link down below. Check out the merch store. There's some awesome stuff there. Feel free to join the Discord. I will see you next time, and until that day, stay happy and stay healthy.